All right.
And we are live. Welcome to the Last Give podcast. You got me this evening. I don't know how I got here. This ain't my show. But you got me, JPeeps, and you've got Ace here. So what's going on, Ace?
I'm doing good. What's up with you? I know you weren't planning on being here. We got some difficulties going on with Flash, so he should be joining us in a couple of minutes, hopefully. So we're gonna just kick off the intro with you and me, I guess, for this time to get start.
Absolutely. I'm excited for it. I'm just chilling. I got my fishing poles in the background and stuff. I'm waiting on football season to get here. That's all I care about right now. I'm just
Like what, 3 weeks? 3 weeks,
nope,
I think, right?
next week, next Saturday.
Oh yeah, preseason. I'm talking about regular season. We waiting for the Dallas Cowboys versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers to kick off.
Oh, I mean, I'm waiting for college football to get here. Honestly, that's what I'm waiting on. So,
Mm,
you know me.
I
I'm.
see.
That's what I'm
You
waiting.
are ready? Well, I know we're gonna hit up that. Well, we got the new power, not power rankings, but standard college football rankings just came out, so I'm pretty sure we're gonna be going over that later on. And well,
Absolutely.
first off, I wanted to say thank you for the. We got so much love last episode. Try to be a friend, tell a friend kind of stuff,
Exactly.
grow the.
You tell your friend tell that friend, and so on and so forth and everything. Tonight's gonna be an awesome show. I'm excited. I know Ace is excited. I can't wait. We got about 15 seconds before we get this on. Also, too, I want to let y'all know the Running Gun podcast will be returning next week. Next week, the Running Gun podcast will be returning. So, how fitting is it? College football will be here. The Running Gun podcast will be back. Last Give will be here too. So, it's all exciting. Y'all enjoy. And here we go.
Kicking us Kicking us off into the first quarter, we have the NFL going on. We got first up, we had the Patriots game. There's some conversations going on with Mac Jones' performance during that second half of the game. So my question to you was, who did you prefer for Week 1 for starting up for the New England Patriots, Mac Jones or Cam Newton?
Oh, that's tough. That's tough. So honestly, I would say I think to start off because I wouldn't want to throw Mac Jones into the fire. I would say definitely start off with Cam, but I don't know who we potentially see as the season progresses. Because again, long term, Cam ain't gonna be there. Long term, Mac Jones
Yeah,
is expected to be there, and I think
yeah.
the right push and the right progression and the right teaching, Mac Jones will eventually be that guy. I say, but so for now,
Well, I did want to drop this tidbit on what you were saying about Cam Newton not being the guy. They've have joint practices going on this week with the Eagles, right?
mhm.
And one of the corners was chirping Cam Newton, saying "check down king" or something like that, making fun of all the checkdowns he's making in practice.
Hey, I mean, look. Let me ask you this now. How no, you know what? That's probably a question because I know that's gonna be hard to answer because we weren't actually there. But it's the truth. That is the truth.
hmm
So I mean, I
Well, last year he wasn't all that efficient once he came back from COVID, so it's kind of hard to tell how much did COVID play a factor. He threw like 400 yards against Seattle, albeit their defense was horrendous to start the season last year.
hmm
But I got to remember after that game he got COVID, and it kind of disrupted his whole flow because they were 1-1 coming off of that game because
Right.
it came down to the goal line stop.
Right.
But you have to think with Cam Newton, how if he never got last year, how much would that have affected him in his play?
Right.
So it's not, I won't entirely like bash him per se, and because it's not his fault he got COVID or because with everybody in different ways. Look at Jason Tatum on the Celtics. Even look how he said he had trouble once after having it. But for the help put in perspective, Jones and Newton, Cam Newton I believe only played one drive. He went 49 yards with the rating of 78.9. He had Mac Jones go 13 of 19, 87 yards. Most of those passes, in my opinion, were kind of short, if you want to say, passes, but at least the timing was there and all that. So
Yeah.
you take the good of both guys.
I will say this with that whole thing. A lot of the people, and particularly Pro Football Focus and I think another fantasy account on Twitter kept saying, Mac is the future, Mac Jones is this and that. Oh, hold on.
Flashback. Someone
Yeah,
gets tech working. Hey, let's
go ahead
go.
and let him in. Let me go ahead and let me exit out of this. I'm gonna pass it over to Flash until once we get his wife. Once we get his sound going. But yeah, I definitely do think that in due time.
Test test.
Okay, you can't.
All right, yeah, we can hear you. He's back finally.
I'm
Well, I'm
getting
welcoming him in Flash to the episode 3. Thank you, JPeeps.
definitely.
To have a kind of a
Remember,
carousel conversation going.
remember, you are definitely going to see Mac Jones at some point in the season. But for now, I think it is Cam's show. Like at least for the first 8 weeks of the season, at most.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it for me, folks. Thank
All right.
you. Remember, Run and Gun podcast next week. Y'all take care.
All
So,
right.
so
Well, since we spent kind of a
we
little bit
talk
of
about
time
Mac
on the Mac
Jones.
Jones, Cam Newton, we just finished up. We're gonna have to go over to the Tebow Mania finally wrapping up. He got cut with the Jacksonville Jaguars today, I believe, actually. Ian Rappaport breaking that news.
Uh,
What's your thoughts on Tebow?
we should
Or if you want to drop your
we
quick thoughts on the Mac Jones
we
thing,
should have
even.
J Peeps. We should, oh, you want to talk? Oh, sorry.
If you want to get 10 seconds to give your thoughts on the Jones Newton, then we're going to Tebow.
Honestly, it's gonna be Cam Newton. I hope Cam Newton proves his haters wrong, and everyone else that believes Mac Jones is going to take over for him. But we gotta wait and see how the game goes.
Mm-hmm. All right, with Tebow, though, I already went over his whole thing. You're kind of freezing
Uh,
up over there, Flash.
oh my god.
Flash, you got me?
Anyways, yeah. I mean, blocking. That looks like some great blocks Tim Tebow had. I'm
Horrendous.
sorry, dude, but you could actually you should definitely play in the NFL with those kind of blocks, right? Do you think so,
Yeah, sure,
J
yeah.
Peeps?
Yeah, totally.
Do you think that one block he looks like he just didn't even know how to block? Like, could he even make a high school team with that kind of blocking?
No. You insulted him a little bit.
Tim
Yeah, I
Tebow
don't
is a great
think.
man, but he's better off trying to play as a quarterback than as a tight end. I do not know who started that one up, but he is
I
better
mean,
off
what
as a
are they saying? Since
quarterback, like
like
a Taysom Hill or
2010?
something.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
should have done that since when he got
still,
drafted.
yeah, exactly. It's kind of late for him to make that kind of change. I personally think it wasn't going to work from the get go. I mean, I like Tebow, but he was not making it in the NFL with that kind of blocking. I'm sorry, man.
Mm.
Anyways, I
Well,
enjoy him on the SEC network. Anyways, I think he belongs talking about college football. I think ESPN enjoys him talking about college football. I think that's where he should be.
mm-hmm. Well, moving on now. I did want to talk about the defending champs. We're back in action, albeit their starters did not play, I believe. But we had a rookie first round pick, last pick in the first round, whatever you want to call him, Joe Tryon. He looked pretty good, minus one questionable, unnecessary roughness call. I thought was kind of bogus, but because it looked like a form tackle, but whatever. He looked pretty good. The most overall, there was one guy he got a one-handed interception and then proceeded to fumble it, just like in a normal preseason game that you would see. So, what's your thoughts with the defending champs coming back? Just that means football opening week's just closer away.
I mean, I heard Tom Brady only played like what, one series of downs, something, or one or two. He didn't play that
Yeah,
much.
Coach Bruce Arians said none of the starters are playing this week.
Well, then let's see. We get to see Kyle Trask a little bit more.
Yeah, Gators fans they were very Tampa fans were very hyped to see him play. He kind of underperformed in my opinion, but he also did have like 3 good deep passes that his didn't come up with. So I don't think you could put necessarily all criticism with them. There's a lot of tape I think he can be coached
He
up
has a
on.
lot of development to do, honestly.
Yeah,
And we're
yeah,
talking about a
but
guy
that Bucks
that went
defense
from
still
like,
looks good.
oh yeah, Buccaneers defense. That defense is going to carry him throughout the season.
Got his rightfully
Oh,
earned extension. I did want to
all
talk.
right.
Jamal Adams got the bag. He got 4 years, $70 million, 38 guaranteed, highest paid safety per year now. Seattle Seahawks got that's their cornerstone for the secondary for years to come. I know you're a diehard Seahawks fan. How hyped were you about that?
I'm excited for Jamal Adams. I hope he plays his role as well as we hope he does. I'm looking forward
Stay
to Seattle
healthy.
Seahawks.
That's my main thing.
That's what. Oh yeah, that's gonna need that's something we need to watch a lot. Did we talk about No Fun League yet?
No, I have not. I was waiting for you. I know you had some interesting thoughts on that. Me too. I mean,
what the taunting?
taunting.
Come on, the man was just flexing his muscles. Like, come on. If it's wrong for
he
him to
carried
show off
6
his
defenders.
muscles a little bit, that is just that is soft on the NFL. I mean, come on, the game is a physical sport. Am I all right? People have to celebrate a little bit, and if you're gonna prevent people from showing off their muscles, sun and all that, then you have officially become softer than high school football at this point. Like, come on,
Mm-hmm.
if it's that soft for a physical game, something needs to be fixed. Because flexing a muscle, that's not. Come on.
Well, yeah. The taunting thing is kind of bogus to me. I know. I want to say one of the owners said they're just tired of the talking. I'm like, well, it's part of the game. It makes what fans enjoy.
Which owner said that? Was it anonymous?
I don't know, but I did want to see. I actually don't know who's one of them said it, but it's gonna take me a while to find this. I didn't want to burn too much time with that.
It's such a shame with saying that it's a no fun league.
John Mara is who said it, the Giants owner. He said it was a point of emphasis because they're sick of tired of talking.
Please. Fuck, man, they're human beings. If they can't taunt or celebrate or anything like that, then it's
Where's
no
the
fun league.
Game?
What?
Yep.
Are they robots? No, they're human beings with emotions on the
It's
line.
entertainment.
Exactly. It's the entertainment genre of life.
Mm-hmm. Well, we saw 6 rookie quarterbacks make their preseason debuts, or 7. This is kind of hard to know. There's 5 in the first round.
And I like the Jets quarterback,
Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trey Lance
I think
like
Justin Fields is gonna have probably the most. It depends on when Justin Fields starts, but if the best roster or the second best roster, it's gonna be between him and Trey Lance on who's currently in the best position right now. But I do believe that both him and Trey Lance
has the best chance
were
of being the best quarterback in Chicago Bears history. He has that potential. Overreaction.
Yeah, when they said
he has that potential.
Yeah, well, when they said he was next great, Chicago's never had a great quarterback. So, moving on to the next segment here with the next period, if you want to say whatever you want to call them, the NHL. We got one of the best players in hockey. Well, former hockey great. Now he's in his twilight years, whatever you want to call him. Jumbo Joe Thornton heading over down to South Beach or Fort Lauderdale, wherever you want to call Florida Panthers are, going there on a 1-year deal. In their series against Tampa Bay this past postseason, that it really impressed him. Well, I hate to tell you, Joe, you're gonna probably be same position with the Panthers as you were with the Toronto Maple Leafs this last year, probably coming out the end of the first round. So
Yeah,
sorry, dude.
might be
No,
a
you're,
might be a first round out depending where the Panthers reach. All right, Panthers
that's what
are
I
giving
said.
me a
Same
tough
position as
out
the Maple Leafs.
whatsoever. Because guess what? You're gonna have the Islanders. You're gonna have the Bolts.
No, they won't
I
play the
mean, if
Islanders in
they
the first round. They
you
won't play
don't
the
see it
Islanders if
okay.
any, unless they were a wild card team. Then maybe. And the Islanders were at the top seed in the Metropolitan. That's the only way you would
Yeah,
have that happen.
that's not happening. That's not happening.
I actually heard something from someone today that said it would be nice to see the Buffalo Sabres and the Tampa Bay Lightning meet up in the playoffs.
Well, I hate to tell you,
If Buffalo
JPeeps,
could even be good,
Buffalo's never making it to the playoffs in the next 3 years, probably.
Buffalo's been rebuilding since I could remember Buffalo.
Yeah, like Buffalo, they have their own issues right now with their best player, Jack Eichel. So, I mean, New York Rangers, cross the state rivals, if you want to call them, the Rangers fans purchased a billboard where it said, "Our trade request a pain in the neck, hashtag free Jack." And it's kind of actually hilarious. It was right next to the Buffalo Stadium, Buffalo Arena, whatever you want to call it. And he's been having a fight with the team over how to handle his neck injury. So I thought that was the ultimate troll I've seen probably from another fan base in the same state.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. 10 out of
That
10
was a good
troll.
troll, I thought. Yeah,
But
because
whoever
I don't know who
lent them the billboard for the Rangers fans should be shamed.
they bought that billboard. A
I
bunch of
know.
Rangers fans teamed up and paid it.
I know, but
They probably
whoever
said it was
allowed
probably
those
an
billboards,
advertisement they had, and they put that. That was just a
most
troll
likely,
job.
but still, that is a shame, man. Shame. All right. Did you hear that the NHL is going to allow advertisements on uniforms in the 2022-2023 season? It was just announced today.
Yeah,
Thoughts about
yeah.
that?
I thought that was actually it's kind of bogus in my opinion because it's like you only raised the salary cap 1 million. You said how you lost all this money with COVID, and you guys are still like the players don't get paid how good they are, if you want to say. So it's like, okay, well you're making all this money now. You made all this money last season with the sponsorships on the helmets and the divisions. Now you have
Hey, man, that
sponsorships on.
ESPN deal might be a lot of money.
Yeah,
Or
that's what I'm saying. They're
something.
making all this money, and yet they're only raising the salary cap by $1 million. They're saying, oh, they're having all this financial trouble because of COVID, but they're making so much money off of sponsorships. So you're like,
I mean,
these
to be
owners are just
fair,
getting
like
greedier and
there,
greedier.
there are a lot of situations where like countries are going back into lockdown and stuff. They have to consider that,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
also,
but
I,
they're
I'm
um
not against the advertisements on the uniform, as long it does not end up like how the European hockey teams are that are
that's
slammed
that
with
yeah.
advertisement. I think I hope it'll just be like the NBA where they have like one patch and everything, for like one advertisement.
Mhm.
I think the Tampa
But
General advertisement would look perfect on the Tampa Bay Lightning, to be honest.
yeah, 'cause I know they're big sponsors and partnerships or whatever you want to call them. They're like
Yeah,
real
I think.
tight together.
Oh yeah, Tampa General also does like all the medical stuff for all the players and stuff, I believe.
So that'd be interesting, I guess. But I know you were talking about the COVID with some countries going on lockdowns or whatnot.
Yeah,
Well,
I
they
mean,
NHL had a thing they released. They're like going to be in talks where they may not pay unvaccinated players if they miss games due to COVID. So I mean, that's going to be tough. Like make tough decision for the
I
players
think
because you know how it's
I
going to
think
affect
players
them
are
in the
going to
long
end up
term.
getting vaccinated. Honestly,
Yeah, I believe
I
the
think a lot of players are going to be vaccinated. Side note, I already know that we already talked about the NFL, but COVID related wise, the Atlanta Falcons have reached
Yeah,
100% vaccination rate. All right, hands off to them.
even though they have the one of the lowest payrolls on the death chart, but we won't
Hey,
get into that.
I
That's
mean,
another conversation.
especially a team in the South, you have to give them credit. You
Yeah, I
have to
don't think
give
the
them
NHL
credit.
has to worry about that in that kind of sense. I think most of them are
I
pretty
do,
forward
I do
players.
fear that
They take vaccines probably more serious.
I do fear with this Delta variant coming around and stuff that they may have to
The
restrict
vaccine.
no how many people are going to be coming in arenas, and they might have to force a mask mandate and all that stuff.
Mm.
I think that's going to end up happening again, but I think they'll keep pushing on with the season. Hopefully, we do not have to do a bubble,
Oh no, I
but
don't think we're doing a bubble again.
I do think they're going to have to separate players a little bit more as this COVID rampages on and stuff. I hope. Do you think they're going to have a Canadian division again this upcoming season?
No,
If it does get
I
worse,
doubt. I actually doubt that. I know the Canadian teams have said that players, or not players, but team like the fans, they have to have show proof of vaccination to attend the games.
I mean, I know vaccination is that kind of stuff, but like a lot of places, like the Raiders that are enforcing that, they're also not enforcing people to wear a mask. And as this Delta variant rages on, it's kind of worrisome, you know, because like even people who are
Mm-hmm.
vaccinated are catching the COVID,
Yeah.
and
I mean, I know some
and
people
as
got.
time, and it has been proven that if you have wear your mask, you are less likely to spread or catch the coronavirus. I think that's something teams need to look into a little bit more. As much I hate wearing those masks, and I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, I hate wearing them every day when I go to work. I despise them, but please wear your mask. It is very
All
serious.
right. Well, we this to be a public
Someone who
service
is
announcement because it should be common sense to take care of yourself and the people around you. But whatever.
well,
In
it is
other
common
words, we
sense, but
got.
not everyone does not want to wear a mask. That's just what's going on. All right, and
Well, no, they made that too
I think teams
political.
have
We're
to
not
look
getting into that.
into.
We ain't
I
gonna
think
get
teams need
into.
to
That's
look
not
into
a.
that into more seriously. Mask is not
Okay.
political, sir.
All right. Well, we got a former Stanley Cup winning. I think he coached the
Say that
Canucks
again,
for a
dude.
little bit. The mic broke
You
up.
just got muted
I was
out.
saying,
Yes.
you can hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay then. Uh, Tortorella used to coach with the Tampa Bay Lightning, Vancouver Canucks, and the Columbus Blue Jackets. He is heading to ESPN. I know we didn't talk. This is older news. I know we didn't get to it, but heading to ESPN in that with them covering the NHL. Now he's gonna be over there, and he's been known to give some pretty funny press conferences in the sense where he doesn't like to talk to the media almost. He always makes fun of the media, so it's going to be
How
kind of fun to
ironic.
see him being a part of. Yeah, it's going to be kind of fun to see him being on the other side of that.
He might talk
His
his head
takes are
off.
going to
You
be probably
never
like,
know. That's just how some people are. He might just talk his head off.
well, I mean, he was a good coach in the NHL, but as I think the game has changed to a point where it doesn't kind of fit his type of coaching because you can see it with how he handled Pierre Luc Dubois and like Patrick Laine later on is like the players don't exactly mesh with him. I would say as much because like Columbus they had a good team as we all know they swept the Tampa Bay Lightning or whatever 2019. But half the guy, almost 90% of the guys from that team is gone. Yeah, guys like Nick Foligno, he got traded away. David Savard, he got traded away. Pierre Dubois, he got traded away. Matt Duchene, Sergei Bobrovsky, all those guys, their whole core of that team is gone. Even Tortorella's gone less than 2 years after that crazy upset. So you gotta wonder, was there like some conflict maybe within that whole organization, if you want to say, to blow up a team that had that kind of success so soon, or was it a flash in the pan kind of moment?
I really did not know what was going on with the Columbus Blue Jackets and Tort. I think that is just something that's going to be eventually revealed later on in time.
Probably.
But I think sometimes he might be good for ESPN. He can analyze the game a little bit better than a lot of people. Especially that ESPN is kind of new to the scene of hockey. I think it's a great hire for
No, it's not.
ESPN.
They're not new. They were there. It's just after the lockout season they changed the broadcasting rights, so NBC got it. So they're not new to hockey. It's just they haven't covered it in a long time.
Yeah,
And
I know.
as we
And
all know, college football and NFL take priority over almost every other sport on ESPN. That's a known fact.
no, that's a lie. NBA basketball and the Lakers have
Well,
priority over
well,
all that.
no, they're not number one over the NFL in college football.
Eh,
They
I don't
focus
know.
more on
I mean,
NBA.
what with First Take and all those other shows and Sports Center, I noticed I'm talking a lot about the NBA. NFL is a
Well,
close
yeah.
second, but NBA is number
Well,
one.
one, it's NFL and college football season. You don't hear nothing about either.
Well, yeah, I mean, to be fair, the ESPN did also cut a lot of hockey analysts back in like 2016, I think, 2017, somewhere around there. And now they want to play, oh, we want to see how that unfolds. I do think they're gonna
Oh,
they're
yeah.
gonna get a lot more viewership on ESPN though,
Yeah, it's gonna be
without
good
a
to
doubt.
promote the game to Americans, pretty much, because
I
we all
mean,
know it's well known everywhere. It's
yeah,
gonna
that's
grow.
true. I
So we're moving on now to I think the NBA. I'm waiting for it to switch over so we can get to that. There we go.
there we go.
Nope,
So,
nobody
what
wants
we
to
have
hear
on
Audrey sounding,
deck
Flash sounding
for
like a
the
robot.
NBA? Oh my God, we have Dennis Schroeder. Oh my God, he had lost the bag. But guess what? I'm glad the Los Angeles Lakers did not have to pay that man $84 million because that man would have been causing a robbery. I cannot believe he was not that smart enough not to take the $84 million and get traded somewhere else. He took $5 million. Sheesh. So much for
But I
him to
think
be
that's
a
more
starter for a
proven at
while.
this point. Because I mean, he was good with OKC. He had like kind of an up and down season, I guess. What you want to say with the Lakers? I know he had some injuries, and then COVID hit him pretty hard later on in the season. So you got to take that also into account. So I mean, he should have probably took that 84 million when he had it offered to him.
He
But
should have took that 80. Did not know what was going on in his mind, thinking he's over a
well,
hundred
he's
million
gonna have
dollar
a good.
player.
I think he's gonna have a good opportunity in Boston because I don't even know who their starting point guard's gonna be unless they go.
Yeah, that is true.
Because
I'm
I
hearing
know.
rumors it might be Marcus Smart. That's what I'm
Well,
hearing.
Marcus Smart actually he just got the bag too. He got like a 4 year or something like that 70 max contract for
Yeah,
himself in
he
this
had a
week.
really
So
nice deal.
I thought that's kind of a little
Boston
bit of an
Celtics is
overpay,
something
but
we have to watch out and just observe. I think Boston Celtics are they're in the dark days right now. I think
yeah, they had all those
they're,
draft
they're,
picks and
they're,
they didn't. They only got two good players out of it, or
they only kept
so
two players, Jalen Brown
yeah.
and Jason Tatum.
Well, they still yeah, pretty much. I mean, they haven't been drafting very well outside of that. So I mean, they had Marcus Smart, who was all right pick up
That,
for them, but
that
then
they might have to call IT soon.
well,
Get on the
speaking
phone
of
with Isaiah
Isaiah
Thomas.
Thomas, actually, I did want to get to something there. Some news come out today. The Lakers worked out Isaiah Thomas, Darren Collison, and Mike James. So I'm assuming they're looking for a veteran backup point guard for Russ because I don't know if they exactly have one right now on the
They did
roster
not
because they
have
lost
an
like that.
exactly a backup point guard. I mean, honestly, the only 2 point guards the Lakers have right now is LeBron and Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, and Chris
That
Haynes saying that Isaiah Thomas worked out personally with LeBron and Russ. So
that's
hopefully we get to see
interesting.
back. This is gonna be Isaiah Thomas's second stint in LA. Remember when LeBron was cleaning house in Cleveland? He got shipped there
Oh
in like
please.
2017 or
He wasn't
2018
bad
trade
on the
deadline.
Lakers, but I mean that hip injury did ruin Isaiah Thomas a lot. I mean,
Well,
We
him
shall
and I
see.
think DeMarcus Cousins, they got screwed probably the most over injury because of injury. They never got that big contract that they should have rightfully got. Because DeMarcus, he tore his
DeMarcus
Achilles,
Cousins
and then
look good on the Clippers. I assume he's still on the Clippers today, right?
yeah, he's still on the Clippers. I think
Okay,
he's
good,
he's a
good.
bucket getter still. His defense, it's not bad, but it's just like his pick and roll defense is kind of questionable at times. So
I
we
mean,
shall see what
I
that.
mean, I do not think Malik Monk is much of a point guard for the
No, he's a
Lakers.
shooting guard.
I
He's a
know,
shooting
so
guard.
I think that's the point guard answer the Lakers should look at. And
Yep.
I don't know. I
I
mean, who
mean,
knows? Maybe the Lakers may make some midseason trades too for a real point guard. You never know.
well,
But
Russell Westbrook's a
I
pretty good point guard, unless you're talking backup point guard.
I'm talking backup point guard
Okay, I'm
because
just making sure you didn't clarify yourself there. I gotta keep you sure you're staying straight with you what
I
you
thought I
got.
thought I thought we all are assuming Russell Westbrook is the starting point guard for the Los Angeles Lakers. All right.
Well, some people they won't exactly take that as so you got to make sure you stay
Well,
straight with them.
you know what, VJ? I do not listen to stupid people on Twitter like that. All right. There's a lot of
Well,
stupid people that just that want
speaking
to
of
bash Russell Westbrook just for clicks and likes. I mean, hell, we saw Bleacher Report actually posted up a
that's what
picture
I
with
was
the
trying to
Lakers,
get to,
and
and you
they
would have let
put
me get to it.
LeBron, AD, and Carmelo. They did not even put Russell Westbrook. But on the
But
Nets,
then they had the Nets. They put
they
Patty
just not put
Mills, and I
Patty
died.
Mills. Patty Mills, my friend. You you know that was for clicks. That had to be for clicks.
Yeah, and then they proceeded to put in like the comment section a picture of Russell Westbrook because people went off on them. So I was like,
That is
all
just
right.
shameful on Bleacher Report. There's got a clear agenda with Bleacher Report and Russell Westbrook. It's been shown from time to
Yeah.
time to time again. But
Well,
they treat Paul
yeah,
George with the
pretty
same
much.
way too. So, anyways, moving on. Man,
We
I
we
wish we had Hendrix here, because if we had Hendrix, I think we would have to talking about this. PJ Washington, you had been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, unamucked, and flat out deceived by
and his heart.
I
Don't
said it,
forget that one
by Brittany
because he couldn't
Renner.
even get to see his son.
You have been preyed on by a woman that's like what, over 8 years older than you? You have literally been preyed upon as a young man. All right, like like before I go on ranting about this, I think the common man knows that Brittany Renner is not good for you as an athlete to date. All right, you have seen how many dudes ran through her, and I say that right, peeps?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Well, I
You
mean,
got
who's
dudes
got more,
ran her
Johnner or her?
like wait, who had more miles, my truck or Brittany Renner? I think Brittany Renner had more miles.
No, I never said that. No,
I
I'm
mean,
not saying her, Kendall Jenner.
I think it would make more sense to just say, that use the term that an entanglement, like
Yeah,
like Will Smith's wife.
relationships. I would say relationships.
Are you trying to bring Kendall Jenner into this? I don't think Kendall Jenner
No,
nearly
no.
has the amount of
I don't think
miles.
she's ever done what that is. You get married to the dude and then have this child, and then 2 weeks after having the baby, you file
If you want
secretly
to
for
make
divorce.
a Kardashian reference, you may want to look at Khloe Kardashian.
Poor Tristan Thompson. Well, no, Tristan Thompson did his stupidity, so we won't get too much
Well,
into
he
him.
did it himself.
Moving on.
But
Moving on.
yeah,
We need to talk about the LA Clippers and Patrick. No,
PJ
we're done with PJ
Washington
Washington.
should be
We are done with PJ
ashamed of
Washington.
himself. But hey, I'm not done. He should be
No, we're
ashamed of
done.
himself for that.
I'm pulling a power move.
For
We're moving
knowing the
on.
red. No, I didn't get
Yes,
my point
we're
clear.
done. We're done.
We're
No,
not
we're
done.
done. You
Let me
already
get
got
my
your
point
point
clear.
clear. No, we're done.
PJ Washington should have known better on what's going on.
He's been muted.
Thank you. Finally. All right. LA Clippers. They re-signed Kawhi Leonard, so that's good. That kind of went completely under the radar. He got 4 years, 176.3 max. That's gonna be torn ACL from the playoffs against the Utah Jazz.
You're back.
They traded. Yeah, they traded a cap dump for they traded Patrick Beverly, Rajon Rondo, and Oturo as a cap dump pretty much for Eric Bledsoe. They saved about like 20 million in luxury tax, so it kind of worked out for them. They proceeded to trade Patrick Beverly to the Minnesota Timberwolves today for Jarrett Culver and Juancho Hernan Gomez. So I mean, Clippers, they're just trying to save some money here. And you got Memphis. They got a young player in Jarrett Culver, who was the number 6 pick, I believe, 2 years ago. I'm not entirely sure if JPeeps would check that. I'm pretty sure it's 2019. He was the
Yeah,
number 6 pick from
yeah.
Texas
Colbert
Tech.
got drafted the same year. Oh, he went to Texas Tech. I thought he went to
Yeah, I
Western.
think he made the
I
Final
was
Four
thinking.
with Texas Tech. He lost to
I was
DeAndre.
thinking. I was
That
thinking of the West Virginia dude.
and now your
I was
internet's
thinking of someone
breaking us.
else.
So, mm-hmm.
Nice,
Sure.
but
All
I
right.
do think I got. You know what? I thought the Clippers should have not traded Patrick Beverly. I thought he was a defense.
Well, I think that
I
was more money
mean,
because if you looked it up, how much they saved off the luxury tax.
yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean,
And it also
I mean,
opens up
I did
minutes
not
for
know.
younger guys. So got to
Oh
keep that
yeah,
in mind.
like
It did open up a lot more minutes for Terrence Mann and Keon Johnson,
oh yeah.
and even a guy
Because, like, honestly, I do
who
not even see the fit for Eric Bledsoe on that Clippers team, honestly. But hey, it might mean more time of the balls inside Kawhi
well, I
Leonard
mean,
and
they
Paul
got a
George hands.
guy from Ohio. They drafted a dude from Ohio, Jason Preston. I thought he was pretty good in the tournament last year or this year, if you want to call it, whatever. So he will get
I
some
think
minutes. You guys got like
Man
Terrence Mann and
Trey Man will
Keon
be
Johnson.
good.
Yeah,
Terrence Mann is gonna be
I
great.
did want to
We
move
all
away
did
from
see
the.
how Terrence Mann managed to finish off the Utah Jazz. I mean, so I think Terrence Mann
Yeah,
is
that
going to be
game's
great on
gonna
the
be in the
Clippers.
history books. I did want to talk
Oh,
about
for him, yeah.
the Orlando. Okay, I did want to talk for a minute about the Orlando Magic. They got most of their young core did show up in if you want to say in Vegas for the summer league. They got guys like Mo Bamba and Wendell Carter Jr. They were both participating in practice, so that should be good for them. They'll get some acclimation with the new coach Jamal Mosley. So hopefully, Mo Bamba
That's good
this is
from
the
a
year he
chemistry standpoint
finally.
with the coaches
Yeah,
and the
that's what I
players.
was trying to get to this for talk about for a minute.
Good team, good
I
good
think they
team
have a bright
chemistry
young core in that,
activity.
and yeah. Hopefully, this is the year Mo Bamba finally puts it all together and proves he was a number 6 pick for a reason, because he's nearing that bust territory. So this is the year he has no more excuses. Nikola Vucevic, he's gone, so you have the opportunity now. Prove why you were the
Your
number
only
6 pick. You got
competition
all this
is
talent.
Robin Lopez.
No,
Kareem
it isn't.
Robin Abdul
Oh my lord.
Jabbar.
Right, you're getting
Bro,
insufferable this episode. Yeah, guys like Jonathan Isaac, Chumo Kiki, Gary Harris, and Markel Fultz all showed up to get the acclamation. I won't say this word again. With Jamal Mosley, build that team bond. Even guys like Jalen Suggs are getting used to. So Cole Anthony casually hit a half court shot in the post game presser. So we got college football. So who wants to do about it? JPeeps, you want to do it? I know
we
you're a
should.
big scouting guy.
No.
I think we should start off with our AP top 10 reactions.
Well,
I mean the top.
I will run off the top 25 for you as it scrolls across the bottom. At number 1, you've got the Alabama Crimson Tide. At number 2, the Oklahoma Sooners. Number 3, the Clemson Tigers. Number 4, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Number 5, the Georgia Bulldogs. Number 6, the Texas A&M Aggies. Number 7, Iowa State Cyclones. Number 8, the Cincinnati Bearcats. Number 9, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Number 10, the North Carolina Tar Heels. Number 11, the Oregon Ducks. Number 12, the Wisconsin Badgers. Number 13, your Florida Gators. Number 14, the Miami Hurricanes. Number 15, the USC Trojans. 16, LSU Tigers. 17 Indiana, 18 Iowa, 19 Penn State, 20 Wisconsin, 21 the Texas Longhorns, 22 those kids from Coastal Carolina, 23 the surprise team, the Louisiana Raging Cajuns, 24 the Utah Utes, and 25 Herm Edwards and those Arizona
Arizona State.
State Sun Devils. The floor is y'all's.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start it off. I think
I'm gonna let Flash.
Alabama.
I know he's gonna talk over me. So
You do
go
a lot of
Flash.
talking yourself. All right,
I won't talk over
Alabama.
you.
That's a fair. That's, you did talk. Anyways, I like the Alabama as number one. Number two is
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. I don't know. That's kind of bold to put Oklahoma at number two, but I don't know about Oklahoma at
3
number
is
two.
Clemson. 4 is Ohio State. 5 is Georgia. I think I got no
I
issues,
mean,
more or less. I think
I don't have an issue
Oklahoma's a
with
little
it.
high.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. But Clemson and Ohio State are going off of fresh quarterbacks, while Oklahoma still have their returning quarterback. I do like DJ Ongalele though for Clemson. Him versus not Justin Fields.
JT
Versus
Daniels.
JT Daniels. That will be a great matchup, week one.
You guys have a comment?
Georgia
From you.
Georgia over Clemson September 4th would be an upset, but not a huge upset. Oh yeah, I could agree with that, JPeeps, without a doubt. But I like Clemson winning that game still. But JT Daniels is pretty good, so I am not going to consider that like a super upset. That game is going to be really close. It'll be a fun game to watch. Miami caught my attention at number 14. I was not thinking they were going to be that high. Who's the quarterback this year?
DR King. He got a sponsorship with the Florida Panthers.
Garrett King got a sponsorship with the Florida Panthers, and is he like in a grad year or something?
I have no idea.
JPeeps, can you confirm on that with Derek King? Because if they have him, if they have him as quarterback, then I can see why Miami's
He
at
is the
number
quarterback.
14.
He is the quarterback, AJ. Or Flash, whatever. So.
All right, so I'm assuming he's in a grad year.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Yes. Yeah. They're gonna get rolled by the Tide, but how badly it depends on what happens. Also, we gotta determine where Alabama stands after having so many players drafted into the NFL. We know they're gonna be Alabama's gonna be really good, but are they gonna be like dominant? That is my question. Texas A&M, I got questions for them too on how they're gonna replace. Oh my.
Kellen
Oh my
Mond.
god. Yeah, Kellen Mond. How they're going to replace him. North Carolina is a team I want to watch into this season. Wisconsin's another one. UF, I gotta see how they handle without Kyle Trask. Indiana, I cannot wait to see Michael Fanks Jr. coming back on. That guy is a baller. I think Indiana comes back in. Coastal Carolina, Louisiana Raging Cajun. Those are some smaller teams that we want to watch into as well. Arizona State, that'll be a fun team to watch as well. And of course, Washington Huskies. I gotta see how those 3-star recruits always manage to show up well in the Pac-12 and see those boys make it to the NFL.
So I can confirm that Derek King is a redshirt senior. This is his last year at Miami.
Okay.
Gotcha. So that makes a lot of sense.
I'm happy that Cincinnati did get back into the top 10. I thought they were pretty good. You did not mention. I don't think you mentioned LSU. They announced that Miles Brennan is going to be out with the injury, so hopefully we're going to finally get to see Max Johnson play. So I think he's going to do good. I know a lot of LSU fans are kind of excited to see how he does. Where's Notre Dame? Notre Dame is at number 9. They're going to be good. They have former Wisconsin Badger back Jack Cohn going to be the starter for them against FSU. So that's going to be kind of interesting to see because I think he was a starter last season for them when they had that great start and then COVID kind of derailed their entire season. So hopefully he can carry Notre Dame to regular season success like where Ian Book was with them because I know they kind of have questions at quarterback because Ian Book was a pretty good quarterback for them for the last 4 years or whatever since Deshaun Kaiser, who we all know how he turned out.
You want to know which team I want to see crack into the top 25 for once after some long time struggles? No, ladies and gentlemen, it's University of South Florida Bulls. We are talking about the Florida State Seminoles. Am I right, JPeeps? Do you think it's time for Florida State to crack back up in the top 25? JPeeps, that was to you.
Oh, I mean,
If McKenzie,
I
yeah,
gave
go.
I gave the applause sign to kind of let you know what I was thinking, but it's beyond time. I mean, God, this whole season you just need to dedicate it to Bobby Bowden. You got to make an impact. I think, or not.
I think yeah, go. You done? I don't breaking up. I think if Mackenzie Milton's
Florida State's
healthy,
in the
I
run.
think he's good. All right.
I mean,
Is
all
everybody
McKenzie
breaking up
Milton
on
got to do
everybody?
it's all right. How the Florida State O line is looking, JPeeps?
It's looking better than it looked under Willie Taggart.
Then guess what? As long as they protect Mackenzie Milton, I think they will be fine. I think all Mackenzie Milton's got to do is just sling it. Because I would be kind of concerned if Mackenzie Milton runs a little bit, but who knows? But I am ready to see the Florida State Seminoles make it back in the top 25 and challenge Florida once again and make that rivalry spark as bright as it used to be.
I just want to see Iowa State make the college football playoffs.
Iowa State. That's a good one, but I would like to see Cincinnati make it over them.
Isn't it 12 teams this year? So hopefully both of them makes it.
Is that true, JPeeps? Is it this year? I thought it was the year after.
It's not 12 teams this year. I'm not when the 12-team playoff exactly starts. They haven't given an exact year for it to really kick off.
Because it's kind of getting annoying seeing almost the same 4 teams every year in the college football playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. It's or same 6. It's like they alternate, if you want to say. You're guaranteed either Alabama or Clemson, it feels like, for the last 6 years. And then it's interchangeable between Oklahoma, Ohio State, Notre Dame, and Georgia.
Yeah,
you don't really see different teams.
I mean the last time we saw a team that was not named one of those teams was the Washington Huskies back in 2016-2017 season.
And the last time we saw one win the championship was Oregon with Marcus Mariota. Oregon didn't win it. Ohio State won it. That was the Ezekiel Elliott, Michael Thomas team. I was thinking the Rose Bowl when he beat Jameis.
I want to see Cincinnati try to fight for that spot in the college football playoffs. I want to see them make the news for the AAC conference and let them know that we belong up there. All right. But I believe in the quarterback. I think they can take care of the. I think they can take care of the entire AAC schedule to take care of it. I just need them to see them get the job done and not mess up at all.
I just want to see Desmond Ritter. I want to see him stand out because I know he's been talked right now as a projected early first-round pick. I want to see him just dominate because I know he came back for one more season with Cincinnati. I want to see him just finally, get over that hump. Some recognition.
That would be a huge stock boost for this NFL draft for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so when does college football kicks off? It kicks off 2 correct?
Kicks off next weekend, August 28th.
All right, so next weekend we got I think that's close closer when we get there, we will talk more into depth on what we think, on which team's going to win, which teams are the ones we should keep on tap. It's going to be a great season for college football. Might be one of the best college football seasons
We
in
have
a
the thing,
while,
back.
actually.
The beautiful
A
thing
lot.
about next weekend is you got, and shout out to Quinn Gray if he's watching or when he sees us. You got Alcorn State. Quinn Gray's the quarterbacks coach there. You've got them going against North Carolina Central in that MEAC SWAC challenge game in Atlanta next Saturday. So that's going to be exciting to see.
We could also have some Bulls talk going on next week. See what we think about them before they kick off next week as well. USF Bulls. I mean,
Pretty much, yeah.
we,
Pretty
we shall
much.
see what Jeff Scott does with that USF Bulls. I am a bit more optimistic about them
If I had a
than we
toilet,
were a few
if
years
I had
ago.
if I had some toilet sound effects, I would definitely fire that off. Ooh, I'm not even be on camera right now. But yeah, if I had some toilet sound effects for that, I would definitely fire that off. I think I came at
Mm-hmm.
the right time.
You don't believe in Jeff Scott, JPeeps? You don't believe in Jeff Scott?
Do you?
No.
I
Until I
have
see it.
higher faith in him than Charlie Strong. I mean, I think he's
Oh,
going
yeah.
the right direction,
Let's make.
but that's why I'm saying I'm feeling optimistic. But I think they'll be like a 500 team.
I can't bash him because I go to school. I start school there next week, so.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can bash him. It's okay.
You're gonna bash JP's bashing him
And then-
all the time, and he went to USF and got his diploma there.
Okay then. If we're good. Just as long as I don't have to go to school with these kids and they see me bashing my own school, we're good.
I mean, honestly, there's some things I heard that I can't even share with you on this show.
Well,
Oh,
that's
boy.
alright because anyway, we're supposed to be wrapping up anyway, so thank you again for
Oh.
another great episode. Unless
Okay.
Flash has more
Okay.
to add to some ever long lasting opinions.
And Mr. Ace would like to keep talking over me from time to time. I might have to throw a challenge flag on him. I might have a dedicated
Oh,
red
Lord.
flag just to throw at the screen, just to make sure you stop talking for a little bit, sir. Thank you
Not
all
sure,
for
but at
coming
least I'm
out
giving
for this
facts, so you're
amazing
just giving cringe.
episode of the Last Give podcast. Shout out to JPeeps for helping out run the show from the back. Shout out to Ace for another great episode. Shout out to all the
You need to be
teams
thanking
talked
for you
about
for being late.
in all the leagues for giving us content for us to talking about. And shout out to PJ Washington for letting me rant on him for a little bit. All right.
Oh, nah.
I wish we had Hendrix for it. But it worked.
Jesus Christ.
Take care, y'all.